Hello everyone, hope you're all well and welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator Let's Play. So I've sort of taken a week off to, well, mainly to revise for my exam, the first one of which I've done earlier today, and also to sort of get a feel for the 737 a bit more, mainly because I've been flying it too much like an Airbus, despite the fact it isn't a 777 or a 787 and doesn't have fly-by-wire. But yeah, hopefully I've got the hang of it now. I just need to sort of, show it a bit. Anyway, we're on the ground at the newly released RD Presets Rotterdam, and yeah, picked it up for about €15. I think that was about 14 quid or so, and oh, someone's taking off. Nice. Goodbye. Very nice. Yeah, okay, so we are on BALSI as well, which should always be very fun. And we're taking the PMDG 737 from here all the way to Ibiza. And yeah, I mean, the summer season is upon us. The PMDG 737 is also upon us, and now this rather fantastic Rotterdam scenery is also upon us as well. So with that, we can sort of have a look around as well, see sort of see how it compares to the default one. So the first time I flew out of this, I actually forgot to uninstall the Asobo handcrafted one. So if you do install it, just go to your content manager and uninstall it, because you'll end up with just duplicated taxiway signs and all that jazz, and it's not fun. So the taxiway markings have obviously been retextured, not just the markings themselves, but the actual ground textures as well. That grass is definitely different, and the actual taxiway lights have sort of been, what, I don't want to say added, because obviously there have been taxiway lights before, but they've sort of been made a bit more clear, a bit more apparent, and it honestly looks just a lot nicer. So here we have what looks like a fuel and fire depot. The runway is over there. Rotterdam's only got one runway, and but it's got a displaced threshold. Not displaced. Yes, displaced threshold is called, isn't it? When you've got a touchdown zone that's beyond the actual like start of the runway. But yeah, technicalities aside, let's rise up a bit and have and take a sort of broader look at the airport, and also speed up the camera because it is a bit slow. So there you go. 77 should do the trick for now. So we'll be taking off from 2-4, so I won't be giving this this too much of a look. We'll literally be taxiing along here and then whacking ourselves on here for departure, hopefully. You get this nice little sort of, I don't know, it's, oh, almost went into the grass, but it's nice little sort of introductory artwork as you come into land, and what looks like the fire training facility. Look, is it a plane made out of containers in real life or not? I don't know, I've never actually been to Rotterdam, so I won't know. There's a tri-jet as well, look. It's got two little jet engines on the, well, two little fake jet engines on either side. Although, looking at it a bit more closely, I wonder how on earth that's got any sort of, aerodynamic stability. Right, we can reset the camera and have our ground service load back in again, and we can have a look at the apron itself. So the sort of cool thing about Rotterdam is you don't actually push back out of the stands. You just roll forwards and then turn onto whatever taxiway you need in order to leave. And similarly to yeah, and similarly to that, you just roll in and turn right onto your stand when you arrive, which I think is pretty cool. I can't think of many other airports but have a layout like this, but that's pretty cool nonetheless. Back there is the city of Rotterdam itself, I believe, so that's a part of the New World update. And then if I look down the other side, or at least if I try to look down the other side, I think with a bit of... no, with a bit of zoom, we might just be able to make out Den Haag somewhere over there. And sort of unusual for Netherlands, you can see a few hills. So so this airport, much like many other places in the Netherlands, is below mean sea level. So you'll see that on our altitude indicator once we hop into the cockpit. But for now, we can actually have a look at the terminal. I didn't have a look at the terminal when I first flew out of here, and that's definitely new. This obviously wasn't here in the handcrafted one, and it's basic, but you don't really need much more when you're parked like over there. You just sort of, I mean, if you look in through glass, you can just about make out. Oh yeah, look, there's like a lounge, or I don't know, security is down there or whatever, but you don't really need a lot more. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. You don't really need a lot more. I think the sort of exterior visuals more than speak for themselves. I really like that. Well, not just the actual text here, not just the actual sign here, but the big Rotterdam text on the canopy. I think that looks really nice. Got a little bus station here as well. Well, a little bus station with what look... Okay, no mind, no, there is actually a connecting road. I'm not too used to Dutch road markings, you see. I just keep forgetting they had this this obsession with using red tarmac in a multitude of places. But yeah, I think sort of for a final thing, I'll just change the time a little bit and hope I don't mess up the IRS's aligning. But we can have a look and see what it looks like with night lighting, or what it looks like at night. And well, I've got the logo lights off on my 7.3, so because we're obviously flying over day, so you won't be able to see it. But the night lighting here is superb. It's honestly fantastic. The apron's all very nicely lit. There's not sort of too much overlighting or light pollution on taxiways and runways. I think this is really nice. And vPilot is also throwing a fit, so change the time back to normal time. Reset position. Look and see what... Ah, okay. I apparently haven't downloaded any Royal Air Maroc things. But in any case, go back to the cockpit and oh, finally now the car's decided to align. Okay. Our IRSs have aligned, and as you can see, the airport is slightly below mean sea level. Now, if that's another thing I keep forgetting to do, I need to change it to the proper unit of atmospheric pressure. In any case, I believe there is ATC online. We are on VATSIM. The only ATC online at the moment is Schiphol approach, but I believe Schiphol covers Rotterdam as well. So in that case, I think what I will do is I'll give them a quick call on, is it 121.2? Just tune that. Well, I'll tune 122.8 in first. Rotterdam and Schiphol are so close to each other, it just makes sense for them to just cover them. Right, okay, so what I can do is I'll just go to the other FMC. It's very, very unusual for me. Enter runway, and we'll be taking off from 2-4 because that's what weather permits. Enter R0 fuel weight. Okay, that is a bit light. I haven't actually filled the plane up yet, clearly. Okay. Transition altitude out of Rotterdam is, I believe, 4,000, but I'll check that on the charts once I've sorted everything out. Yeah, the livery I've picked up off flightsim.to as well. I'm actually very surprised that PMDG didn't just include a Transavia livery in the operations centre, but again, it's a bit beyond me, and kind of makes sense considering Transavia only have 4 737-700s, majority of their fleet's 800s. But again, I digress, and I'm also far too tired to worry about things like this. Anywho, what we will do is switch to 21.2 now. The kind of
Easy there, 1 identified, climb flight full 130.
Climb flight level 130, Egypt Air 1.
November 729 for Tango, unfortunately no for the ATC, monitoring Unicom, 12.8, goodbye.
Monitoring Unicom 12.8, thank you very much. Goedenavond verder, November 7294 for Tango.
Vanavond.
Well, I'll give them a ring and see if they are controlling Rotterdam. Well, you know what, I'll just send them a message.
And approach KLM 33 Romeo, so approaching Sierra 7, ready for departure.
KLM 33 Romeo via Sierra 7, runway 24, cleared for takeoff, the wind 24, 0 degrees, 14 knots, gusting 24 knots.
Roger the wind and clear for takeoff, runway 24, KLM 33 Romeo.
Zero trans 1448, welcome to Schiphol, taxi stand Sierra 906 at Sierra 2, hold short, runway 24.
Taxi to stand Sierra 906 via Sierra 1 and hold short, runway 24, Eurotrans 1448.
Eurotrans 1448, correction from my side, at Sierra 7, hold short, runway 24.
Sierra 7, Eurotrans 1448.
KLM 90 Whiskey, after RTIP, proceed to TITFO, Tango India, Delta, Victor Oscar.
After RTIP, direct TITFO, KLM 90 Whiskey.
Right, I've sent them a message anyhow. Just can't be too safe. Right, okay, we can release the loaders as well. So all the cargo's loaded up. And with that, I believe we can go to our init ref page and just update everything. So zero fuel weight, just under 51 tons. Metric tons, that is. And that, according to SimBrief, is right, carrying 2.5 tons of reserve fuel.
Request to proceed directly to Echo Hotel 026 Egypt Air 1.
Egypt Air 1. I can give you a direct towards Arnhem, Alpha Romeo November Echo Mike.
So directly to Arnhem, Egypt Air 1.
Correct. And Egypt Air 1 over the ATC, monitoring Unicom 1 to do this. Someone
So
goodbye.
Rotterdam ATC, Rotterdam is actually being covered by
Approach KLM 33 Romeo, now passing at 3000.
yes, it's actually being covered by
KLM 33 Romeo identified.
so
Climb flight full 130, proceed direct Lecco.
we
130 and direct Lecco KLM 33
and I
Romeo.
believe Transavia use a customer.
Egypt Air 1 over the ATC, monitoring Unicom 1 to do this. Someone
That's fine, that's fine.
122.8 Egypt Air 1, thank you.
No
Bye bye.
flight temp, but we can derate. We're taking off with flaps 5. I'll check the weather at Rotterdam quickly. So with winds 240 at 15 variable, I'll just enter 240 at 15 into the wind page. Double click for RCG and enter these V speeds in.
Skipper approach, Eurotrans 1448 is a bit, I mean, you said cross runway 14 at 07, but in our charts we can't see any 07, Eurotrans 148.
Yep, so we'll be at Sierra 7, hold short, runway 24.
Runway 24, okay, that was the problem. Thank you very much, Eurotrans 1448.
No worries.
So it won't let us enter around that, that's very nice of it.
Okay, I'm 33 Romeo. Unfortunately, Brussels is offline, maar okay. Unicom want to do this on my province.
The departure.
Ja, over to Unicom want to do this on my, dankjewel weer en tot zometeen. Oké, dan 33 Romeo.
Right, so what I will do is I will actually call for clearance now, because, well, we are ready. So, cheers, Ben. Isn't that great of it? Okay. With that, I am ready, and I will call for clearance. Schiphol approach Goedenavond, Transavia 7 Juliet, stand Alpha 2 at Rotterdam, requesting IFR clearance to Ibiza.
Transavia 7 Juliet, Schiphol approach, Christian, good evening, here's Ibiza, Woody 2 Bravo departure, runway 24. Initial climb flight levels, Christian, initial 3000 feet, spark 2143.
Cleared to Ibiza, Woody 2 Bravo departure to 3000 feet initially and squawk 2143, Transavia 7 Juliet.
Transavia 7 Juliet, Rupik is correct, come ready for startup and push. Christian, startup only.
Roger, we'll call for startup and taxi Transavia 7 Juliet.
Okay, LM 90 Whiskey, information Alpha, will be Vector's Islands approach, runway 27.
I think he's forgotten
information Alpha and Vectors to runway 27, KLM 90 Whiskey.
That we were at Rotterdam and there's no pushback procedure. Right, takeoff speed's deleted. Thank you very much for that. Well, the only one that's actually changed is our rotate speed. So, that looks fine, that looks fine.
Eurotrans 1448, out Alpha 1, 3 switch Alpha, please.
Sorry for that, Alpha.
As well.
Eurotrans 144 and Alpha 13.
Correct.
That's fine. Okay, we'll go to our overhead and switch our APU on, so just let that do its thing. And what we can do is, well, actually we can open the isolation valve, turn those bleeds off, and then once the APU's alive we'll switch Jenny's on and switch the bleeds on, so that's all fine. We'll also set the parking brake. I'll go to the takeoff ref page here, just so I've got it somewhere a bit more accessible, and I'll do the ground services from this page, or rather from this FMC. So that looks fine, that looks fine. Stairs, I will, you know what, I'll release the stairs now. Goodbye.
Okay, LM 90 Whiskey, descent flight level 40.
I'll remove the chocks in very shortly.
Descent flight level 40, okay, LM 90 Whiskey.
Tax on, isolation valve to auto, APU bleed on. Turn the generators on. Just check quickly that the APU generator is providing power, which it is. And we can delete the chocks. And, well, set our MCP altitude to 3000, because that's our initial climb. We don't really want to go over that. Arm LNAV, given that it can be on now, and request startup. So we're all clear. Let's go. Schiphol approach Transavia 7 Juliet, ready for startup and taxi.
Philadelphia 7 Juliet, information Alpha, QNH 1017 at Rotterdam. Service approved, and confirm you're ready for taxi as well?
Roger, start approved, and we'll call when ready for taxi, Philadelphia 7 Juliet.
Thank you.
Right. I should not have said I'm ready for taxi. So, timer on, and shut the packs off. So we need all the bleed air we can get. Turn the fuel pumps on, and...
Okay, then liner 0 whiskey, descend 2000 feet, QNH 1011. Correction 1017.
Descend 2000 feet and QNH 1017, KLM 90 whiskey.
Wait for N2 to hit about 20%, and then we'll bring the fuel in, which is about now. So, fuel in. Go to the legs page on this as well. Well, startup works, which is always very nice. Just about hear that engine coming alive. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Right, that's the starter clicked off. We can do the same for engine 1. So again, wait for N2 to hit 20%, and then we'll truck the fuel in. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Control Transavia 1903, ready for push and start.
Transavia 1903, information Alpha, QNH 1017, setup and pushback approved.
Information Alpha, QNH 1017, setup and pushback approved, Transavia 1903.
Nederlands 1448, Sierra 7, cross runway 24.
Absolutely nothing like it.
Confirm Delta 148.
Correct, Nederlands 1448, Sierra 7, cross runway 24.
Right.
Nederlands 1448, Sierra 7, cross runway 24.
Switch over to gens. APU bleed off. Engine bleeds on. Packs auto. APU off. And we turn the propeds on and do a flight control check. So, don't know if the Transavia ones have got a flight control page, which it don't. So, switch over back to the engine page and do a little flight control check. So, rudders full left and full right, and full down, full up, neutral, full left, full right, neutral. Okay, that looks all good. We can set our trim, which is 6.67 today, and set our flaps to 5 for departure.
Okay, then -0 whiskey, present heading, cleared ILS approach, runway 27.
That looks about right.
Cleared ILS approach 27 with present heading.
Now we're actually ready for
whiskey.
taxi, so Transavia 7 Juliet ready for taxi.
Transavia 7 Juliet, just squawk 2143 first please.
Knew I forgot something, squawk 2143 Transavia 7 Juliet. Okay. That was embarrassing. Can you tell I've had a long day?
Triple approach, Transavia 11 Golf with you, inbound bucket, send it through flight level 290.
Transavia 11 Golf, Schiphol, approach, hello, information Alpha, flight Lemzo 3 Romeo, arrival runway 24. Descend flight level 7, correction, flight level 60, level Mazels.
Alright, descend laps for 3 Romeo, arrival will be level 60 by Mazels for Transavia 11 Golf.
Correct. Transavia 7 Juliet, taxi holding point Victor 6, runway 24, report ready for departure.
Taxi holding point Victor 6, runway 24, and will report when ready, Transavia 7 Juliet. Okay, park and brake off. Try and click traffic on here, which I have managed to do finally. Logo light we can't turn on. Don't know why I didn't do that earlier, but it's starting to get a bit dark. Taxi light on, and off we go. Goodbye Rotterdam, see you at some point eventually. It's clear on the left, and well, hopefully clear on the right, given we were the only one here. runway heading here is 236, so I want to set that into my MCP as well, just for the sake of ease. Now, this is a fairly long taxi, given we're taxiing from pretty much one end of the runway to the other. So, good trick here is to get yourself as quick as possible. For the,
just confirm for Eurotons 1448, it was stand Sierra 906.
Correct, Sierra 906.
Sierra 906, Eurotons 1448.
Approach KLM 77 Victor with you at stand Delta 48, requesting IVAR clearance.
KLM 77 Victor, goedenavond. Cleared towards London Derry, Burgie 2, share departure, runway 24. Initial climb set up 6, share squawk 6261.
Cleared to London Derry, runway 24, Burgie to Sierra departure, initial climb 60 and squawk 6261, KLM 77 Victor.
Well,
KLM 77 Victor, RD is correct, come ready for startup and pushback.
Will go.
Well, this is clearly one for Nosas Nakaratis again. I'll see if I can get a little clip of it and post it in. Just the hesitation on that pilot to include the 6 silent letters. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Don't know why I'm getting stutters. Don't know.
Transavia 1903, this for taxi.
Transavia 1903, taxi holding point Sierra 7, runway 24, report ready for departure.
There's another Transavia fair.
Taxi loading point 07, runway 24, I report when departure, Transavia 1903.
Right. I'm hoping my very limited knowledge of Dutch, once we get handed over to Unicom, will
KLM 90 Whiskey established
redeem me.
KLM 90 Whiskey, runway 27 clear to land, wind 24, Sierra degrees, band 4 knots, gusting 24 knots.
Clear to land, runway 27, KLM 90 Whiskey.
Before takeoff flow, before we...
Alt station, Schiphol, information, Bravo.
Just put some lights on as well, why not? Engines 2 continuous. I believe I have genuinely forgotten to do that once. Sort of all well and good. Panel lights can go on as well, just because they look really cool. And I believe with that, everything else is well, everything bar the lights is all sorted. So I'll turn the turn-offs on now. Just
Eurotons 1448 on block. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Eurotons 1448, thanks for flying. See you next time.
Right, I believe we are ready. So, Schiphol Transavia 7 Juliet ready.
Transavia 7 Juliet, runway 24, cleared for takeoff to wind Rotterdam is 24 Sierra degrees, 15 knots.
Clear for takeoff runway 24, Transavia 7 Juliet. Okay, so we've got takeoff clearance. Landing lights on, taxi lights off. Strobe on. And transponder to TAR8. Yeah, I've forgotten one thing on the transponder today, I'm not forgetting another thing. So we'll be taking off derated, so I do want to use a lot of the runway today. Oh, I've had worse lineups. Okay. Heading 236. Start the timer, if I can find a click spot. There we go. And
Transavia 11 Golf, after Matos, proceed to Dofmo, Delta Oscar Foxtrot, Mike uniform.
stable and Toga. Just pitch your nose down a bit.
Would you be able to repeat that fix for us one more time for Transavia 11 Golf?
Yep, Transavia 11 Golf, after Matos to Dofmo, Delta Oscar Foxtrot, Mike uniform.
No problem. After Massos direct Daphne, Delta Oscar Foxtrot Mike uniform for Transavia 11 Golf.
Transavia 11 Golf, correct.
smooth rotation. So as I said, I need to stop flying it like the Airbus. I've just been busy holding the stick back and hoping to just fly-by-wire it up, so need to have a lot more input in this than the Airbus.
Corsair 7 Juliet identified 1100 feet, climb flight level 130, correction flight level 50, proceed direct Hello.
Flight level 50 and direct Hello, Transavia 7 Juliet. Right, we cleared direct to 5000 and direct to Hello. It's very unfortunately named waypoint, but it'll do. And with that,
KLM 90 Whiskey, welcome to Schiphol, contact Schiphol ground 121.8, goodbye.
Turn us off.
Ground 121.8, KLM 90 Whiskey, thank you, bye.
Corsair 1903, runway 24, clear to take off, to wind 240 degrees, 14 knots, gusting 24 knots.
Wind Quebec, clear for takeoff from May 24, transfer 1903.
Level change as well. Bring the flaps up. Zoom that all the way out. Okay, that all looks fine. Flaps are beginning to come up. And a quick peek outside. That is superb. Shame the sun's on one side, but it'll have to do. There's Rotterdam below us. Or I believe it is anyway. Is it Rotterdam? Oh no, it's, well, Lardingen, which is pretty much a suburb of Rotterdam. Technicalities. Anyway. Stuck at 5.
Corsair 7 Juliet, unfortunately Brussels is flying, Malta Unicom, 122.8, goodbye.
Right, over to Unicom, we'll see you next time, Transavia 7 Juliet.
Corsair 1 Golf, Schiphol approach.
Right, okay, over to Unicom. We set our MCP out to cruise. Yeah, last time I flew out of the airport, I obviously didn't have the scenery installed correctly, and Brussels was online as well, and it gave me this really, really nice direct cutting across pretty much all of Belgium. So, you know, might have to impose that on myself once once I'm in a position to do so. But no, with that, we have successfully departed out of Rotterdam. And are continuing onwards to sunny, hopefully sunny Ibiza. I hope you've enjoyed that as much as I have. I certainly have, and yeah, enjoy the cinematics, enjoy a little view of Rotterdam just as we've taken off, and I will see you for the approach and landing into Ibiza. Welcome back, and before I sort of get any more into it, just have a look and enjoy the view. Isn't that bloody gorgeous? I'm genuinely lost for words at this sim sometimes. It's crazy beautiful. Just a quick wing view for those that care. Oh my god, that is incredible. This is genuinely making me miss night flights. There you go, there's Mallorca behind us. The night sky beginning to shake itself over us. Sunset to our west. And the island of Ibiza in front of us. No, you join us, or join me rather, in our descent into Ibiza. If we zoom in there, we might see the airport. It looks like it's just about loading in. But it won't be too long now till we're on the ground. I've got my crossfeed valve open, and I'm just balancing the fuel out a bit before we touch down. But I've programmed in the arrival. There's no ATC at Ibiza, and the wind is about 220 at 3. And right, I'm fairly sure I changed the approach data to reflect to transition altitude. Oh well. In any case, we're descending into Ibiza now. Wind's about 220 at 3, so a fairly shallow wind, and one that favours the 2.4s, which is all well and good for us because we don't have to go around and back in. So we'll follow the SID for now, just so we can sort of have a bit of a steady descent going down. So QNH at the airfield is 1018. We won't set that to where about 6,000 feet, because that tends to be the transition altitude. And the other thing I want to do is set the decision height. So I believe the 73, I'm not sure, is it 737 Cat C or Cat D? I believe it is officially category. If I can remember, that would be great. Yeah, no, it's usually category C. It's the ref tends to be between 121 and 140. So, category C, decision altitude, is 659 feet. It is a fairly high decision height. So we'll just set that. And we are decelerating, so we've got fair few speed restrictions on this approach. Okay, before I forget, decision altitude of 659. Decision altitude of 659 set, and I've just done the approach reference page. So if I go to my init ref page, there we go. Landing at around 130 knots today, so I'll just chuck it into 135. Zoom in our NVs as well. Keep that one about a notch above and sync the heading bug. I believe we're flying, give or take, runway heading now. Or close enough. So again, we're sort of due in to do this weird S shape to intercept the final approach course, just for the sake of giving us a bit of a longer descent route. Let's take a look outside again. This is just so stunning. Look at it. You even get a nice little transition between where the sun's set and where the sun's setting, where the sun is already set. This is honestly surreal. If there's one thing this sim does incredibly well, it is night lighting. Right, what we can do as well is bring out the flaps to 5. Speed intervene to 220. That is, no, sorry, 210. Let's bring out a touch of speed brake as well, just to get us slowed down enough. Well, the one thing I might want to do as well is just slow us down to 180. Just to make sure we're at a good enough speed generally. I find 180 tends to be a good enough manoeuvring speed for these sorts of approaches. Bring the speed brakes back in. No, I'll bring out flaps 10 as well. Just give us a bit of extra drag. The one thing I would like to do as well before I forget is to on the speed brakes. It seems to be a habit of mine that I keep forgetting to do. You know what? Since there's no ATC, we may as well just set the transition altitude now. Oh, not transition altitude, set the arrival QNH now. So, oh blimey, forgot about my crossfeeds. Oh my god. Right, there is a serious fuel imbalance now. So I guess I'm sourcing that out in our approach. Well done, Omar. I don't know if there's like an acceptable limit fuel-wise, but still one I want to negate as far as possible. I'll turn the wing lights on as well, just again, also before I forget that. Since we're close enough to 10,000, I'll bring the landing lights on as well. Turn-offs can wait for the time being as well. Okay. Another right-hand turn. Oh my god, that is beautiful. The amount of screenshots I'm taking, insane. As we'll fly the rest of this approach at around 180, it gives us enough sort of breathing room, if you will. There's no one else in our TCAS either, so for the time being, consider myself safe. Got no objections to sort of any of my actions so far. And the plan is to intercept the glide around 2000. SID brings you down, not the SID, sorry, the star brings you down to 3000 initially. And then from that you just you know, carry on descending down to 2000. So you know what, I'll set 2000 into our MCP now. To keep an eye on the fuel for the time being as well. I don't want to end up sort of imbalancing our fuel supply again. There, we're just turning into darkness and back out of darkness. And yeah, so by the time we land, we'll hopefully see what Simwings Ibiza scenery's night lighting is like. It's scenery I've never flown into as well. I've only recently picked it up for the 737. But it should hopefully provide a decent enough sort of base of operations or destinations for, well, not just this, but also the Neo and the soon to be released, hopefully, Phoenix A320, which I'm super excited about. I genuinely cannot wait to be able to pick it up. I've seen a few streams on it so far and it just looks so nice. Right, what's also nice is the fact that our fuel imbalance seems to be sorting itself out, so keep it flying at 180 and flaps 10 for now. I reckon that's good enough. You know what? That is definitely worth a screenshot. Just, ah, that's beautiful. Although ideally I'd do it, you know, sort of without the cross-feed valve open, but anyway. You know what? I reckon that'll do. Turn those pumps on again, wait for them to pressurise, and shut the cross-feed valve. There we go. And I'll go back again, try and take that screenshot. There's the runway, so again, not too far off that. It's good we've got sight of the airfield now, rather than later. Hopefully we're not too high. Alarm approach mode as well. Doesn't look like we're too high, so that's alright. In fact, we're actually below the glide slope. Or at least supposedly below the glide slope. See if we can do it with 2 autopilots. No, we can't. So, just keep that in. And we'll leave the engine start switches for now. Right, localizer established. We're about 20 miles out from the threshold, from the looks of it. Yeah, we should be about 20 miles out from threshold, so let's keep ourselves descending. And yeah, it looks like we're near enough on profile. It's always very good. No, I'm just going to keep taking screenshots. This is so pretty. Holy. This is honestly stunning. Right, you know what? AFDS light, I'm just going to turn on a tiny bit. This floodlight definitely going to this state. Oh, that's alright. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I have no choice but to simp. This is... oh, this is beautiful. Right. Stimping aside, let's get ourselves set up for landing. Turn-offs can go on. Our landing lights are on, engine start switch is both to continuous. Landing altitude is set. The airport's at minus 14 feet, but just set it to minus 50 just to sort of give a bit of extra leeway. Anti-collision light, well, anti-collision light should be on anyway. Wing light is on, wheel well light will keep off for now. Missed approach altitude is, well, missed approach procedure is really easy. 2500 on runway heading, which we have set in our MCP. And yeah, the rest is basically, well, wait for directions, or in our case, do it yourself. Again, let's sort of zoom in on the airport, see what we're dealing with. Got what looks like, well, we've got Pappies, but I don't think that they work this far out. Not, we can use this to slow ourselves down a bit. There we go. Give ourselves a little wing view as well. Well, one of the other side is just entirely dark. One on this side gets either lights of Ibiza as we come in. Just simply gorgeous. It's 27 degrees Celsius even at 3,000 feet. It's the ideal summer getaway most of these Dutch people have been most of these Dutch people have been wanting, clearly. So 11 miles out, gear down to flaps 50. Zoom that in a tad. Zoom that in a tad. So in a moment the glide slope will start to come in. So what I can do is just go on VS mode, increase our vertical speed a bit. So increase our vertical speed, reduce our rate of descent. about 350 feet per minute and let the glide slope capture. Take a peek outside. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Oh my word. Well, I don't know, would that be the sun rising the next day already, or am I tripping? My word, this is just... it does not deserve to be this pretty. Right, set our missed approach altitude into the MCP. About 7 miles out. And what I can do is just set our final approach speed and begin to configure ourselves for landing. So, landing at VREF 130 with flaps 30, it's very handy. And speed check, flaps 30. Let the autopilot take it in for now. I'm too busy enjoying this view to want to do anything. The sim just keeps amazing me the more I play it. My word, that is gorgeous. Right, back into the cockpit, we've got a landing to do, eventually. Oh, that flood line just turning all the way off. Glare is a bit annoying on it. So decision height set, flaps are set, gears down and locked. Sorry, gear down, 3 greens, auto brake set, speed brakes armed. Missed approach altitude and procedure we've just gone over. And I believe that is the before the landing check was complete. So disarm the auto throttle, take us in, give or take, well, partly manually. And you know what? I'm feeling it.
1,000.
By aircraft. But again, I need to fly this less like the Airbus and actually give it inputs. So on the Airbus you just hold the stick one direction and let the aircraft do the rest.
Approaching minimums.
Right, a bit high, but that's fine.
Minimums.
Continue. We've got the runway, we've got the glide, give or take. Bit to the left of centre line. That's fine. Back on profile now, so just trim the nose up a bit. Gives a bit more power. We'll just keep us coming in. Just keep following the pappies. Threshold is there.
100.
And
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
And I've done it again. Well done, Omar. Right, reverse out. Almost had it, but then I just hold the nose up on a flare a bit too much. Anyway, welcome to Ibiza. Bring reversers in, manual braking. And the next taxiway is a high speed, so just keep it rolling. And if the next taxiway would like to make itself existent, that'd be great. Existent, rather, that'd be great. So Oh, I missed the last high speed. Never mind. Okay, with that, got the timer, and let's get ourselves peaked up. So, laps up, speed brakes in, and let's slow down a bit. So, landing lights off, turn offs can go off as well. Wing light we can turn off. Engine start switches can go back to off, and the APU can come on. And since we are in Europe, we'll turn our TCAS to standby as well. Turn that floodlight on, turn that floodlight on. You need to be able to see a bit. Oh, and strobes off as well. Completely forgot. There you go. Okay, just give us a bit more power. Just to get us onto a stand. Again, no ATC here, so we'll just take whatever. And we can disarm the auto brake as well. So according to Volanta, we have landed at 115 feet per minute. That's not too bad. Definitely think my flying in the 737 is improving. So when I started flying this thing, I was so jolty with it. So, you know, I'm glad I'm sort of learning. Or at least I'd like to think I am. Yeah, so for anyone who's actually flown into Ibiza, I've never been, is the lighting on the apron this, well, non-existent. Not on the apron, sorry, on the taxiway. I'd imagine it is, but it's still quite dark. Okay, you know what? Turn in, and we'll be nice. We'll give ourselves one of the jetway equipped stands. And here's the apron. The APU's on, so that's fine. We'll switch to the Jennies once we're at the stand. You know what? Yeah, stand 25. Let's go. Oh, we even get VDGS. Let's hope it works. And from the looks of it, it doesn't. Oh well. Taxi light off. No, not the APU. Nice. Omar and his inability to click things strikes again. So the APU is thankfully still on. Nothing too major. Yeah, I'd imagine in a real aircraft you won't miss click starts just because there aren't any. So, draw forward a bit. Got to get that perfect stop in. Alright. That's fine. Parking brake's on. I think that was a parking brake anyway. Turn the dome light on. Switch to APU generator. APU bleed. Turn that off. And with that, buenas noches. Got the timer. If I can reach the click start. There we go. I can't believe I forgot to turn my seatbelt sign on. Incredible. Anyway, there's always something I forget. Oh my word. Right. Oh, blimey. Right. we can We can cool the GPU in the aircon. We'll also cool the jetway and the loader and the carts. My God. It was going so well, and then I forget the seatbelt sign. Fantastic. Right. Beacon light can come off. Keep the logo light on. It's got a rep Transavia while we're on the ground. Open up the isolation valve. And we'll just set that to 0 and let it unload once it's ready, why not? Right, okay. Go to our FS actions. Open that door. The cargo doors should open automatically. Ah, jetway is actually really nice. Wow. Fair play. What are all these lights about? I think it's from the beacons on the ground carts. Anyway, ground services, and we'll begin deplaning. Switch to the GPU. Turn the APU bleed off, packs off, and APU off, and just get those fuel pumps off as well. Probe heats we can also turn off. Almost forgot. With that, we've made it to Ibiza. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly have. And I shall see you again for the next video. Take care, and until next time.